The Democrats' historic loss in November should have been their wake-up call. No more identity politics. But Jasmine, not to be confused with Davy Crockett, can't help herself. She's crying on stage, blaming Kamala's loss on bigotry.
When I tell y'all, I'm getting emotional, that I traveled this country because I knew it was gonna be bad. I didn't know it was gonna be this bad, but I knew. And I knew that the obstacles were going to be even greater because not only was it a woman, but it was a woman of color.
Come on, Jazzy. Kamala didn't lose because she was a black woman. The only reason she was VP in the first place was because she was a black woman. That's what Joe Biden said. Most Americans saw right through Kamala's phony campaign. The only one who didn't was Kamala. A new book by Biden's biographer is giving us an inside look at the night Kamala lost. Quote, the moment of truth came just after midnight. O'Malley Dillon huddled with her two best analytics experts. They were her barometer, her North Star. And when they told her they did not see a path, O'Malley Dillon knew there wasn't one. She called the vice president. We're down in the blue wall states, and we're not going to be able to make it up, she said. Oh, my God, said Harris. What is going to happen to this country? The golden age. That's what happened. And most of us are happy with it. Kamala's loss signaled the official implosion of the Democratic Party. Liberal voters don't want establishment types and retreads. They want populist outsiders who talk about working class issues. Stephen A. Smith says if he runs, it'd be a layup.
Do I believe that if I committed myself to knowing politics the way you and others know it, do I believe I could win a Democratic nomination? Hell yes. Particularly the state of affairs that exists, I think it would be a cakewalk. I think I'd take them all out. I really, really believe that.
Democrats are leaderless, scattered, and have no vision for 28. But some Democrats like Crockett are in denial.
I think that what you see as a whole when it comes to Democrats is that we are really hard on ourselves, right? Think of us as, everyday people who look in the mirror and we see all the imperfections. That is what we do as a party. And it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing in the sense that we put up some of the most qualified people to run for office because we are so critical.
Democrats need to revamp if they plan on jockeying for a position in 2028's invisible primary. Quote, there's a variety of ways to participate in the invisible primary, raising your profile, meeting donors, putting forth policy ideas, stating your principles. Everybody should try everything because the status quo brought us failure in 24. But will Pelosi let him? For years, Nance ruled her party with an iron fist, boxing out younger Democrats from power in cushy committee positions. She made sure her party fell in line. But her power's slipping, and a Democrat civil war is ready to erupt, something Pelosi's been desperately avoiding for decades.
It's wise for Democrats to primary other Democrats.
Well, I don't want to get into politics right here, but I think that we have a very strong caucus. It's a big tent, and I'd rather use our resources to add to our numbers than to have an internal fight.
Too late, Nance. The knives are out, and the rank and file's thirsty for blood. RNC National Spokeswoman Elizabeth Pipko is here. All right, Pipko. You're a woman, you're intuitive, not as intuitive as I am, but you're probably a little bit more than most. When you see Jasmine, not to be confused with Davy Crockett, crying, are those real tears?
I think they actually might be because she apparently believes that they keep losing because they put up the most qualified candidates. So, yeah, if I thought that that was the problem, I'd probably cry a little bit too. But I hope for all of our sakes they keep putting up these wonderful candidates in 28 and 32 and beyond.
Was this qualified candidate, Kamala Harris, really that shocked when she lost every swing state?
It's so funny to me because we had a trial run with Kamala Harris. She ran in 2020. She actually tried to be the candidate, and the primary voters threw her out. They told her what they thought. So I don't know why 4 years later we're supposed to pretend that we're surprised that people didn't want her to lead this country.
Stephen A. thinks it'd be easy pickings. He said he'd get up on that debate stage, knock them all down. Do you think he could?
I really do. I actually do. I think the only thing missing at this point is authenticity. People love that with Donald Trump. I think they'll love it no matter how good or how qualified a candidate actually is. And he is the only chance that they have of putting up anyone authentic.
Does he have the policy chops? Yeah, he's authentic, more authentic than most. But does he have the chops to talk policy?
He might not, but the Democrats that do keep getting it wrong on policy, so they might have better luck going with someone who doesn't know what he's talking about.
Anything's better than what they've put up right now.
Exactly.
So there's a civil war. Nancy's trying to keep things under wraps. She's done a good job so far, but it looks like this volcano is about to explode. What is this going to look like? They hate each other.
They do. It's a beautiful thing. Look, they deserve everything that they're getting. They put themselves in these positions. They believed that they were going to be the leaders that people put them in to be, and they decided to turn everything into a war on Donald Trump. Nobody did their job for the last 8 years. All they did was try to target Donald Trump in every way, shape, or form. They lost, and now they have to actually be politicians for the first time in a long time, and they seem to have forgotten how to do that.
They think they're getting a little traction with this signal controversy. Do you see that happening?
No, they try to get traction on every little thing. Donald Trump is going to order the wrong meal tomorrow or breathe the wrong way on Thursday. They'll talk about it for a month. The American people do not care.
All right, Pipko. Mrs. Intuition, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.